too spooky. I'm so sorry. Hello you guys, welcome to my channel. For those of you who don't know me, my name is Morgan and I'm the maker behind LA Crochet. And if you are one of my fabulous returning crochet friends, then hey, welcome back. In today's video, we are going to be doing a little bit of a spooky turtle challenge video. We're going to see how many turtles and or spooky shells I can crochet in 2 days. This is definitely an interesting video because while filming it, I was also kind of like developing the designs for the shells and trying to make as many turtles as possible. So by the end, we have more or less a little spooky turtle army. Few announcements before we get started. At the time you guys are watching this video, my 12-in-1 land turtle dress up Halloween pack is officially ready right now for testing. And all of my lovely level 2 through 4 Patreon members are currently exclusively testing and they have early access to the pattern. And in case you guys didn't know, I am on Patreon. Patreon is where we do all of my pattern tests. We do Zoom hangouts, Patreon lives. They're always the first to know about upcoming events and patterns. We are also currently celebrating our 1-year Patreon anniversary. So we're going to have an anniversary celebration. There's going to be a bonus community event, and there's also going to be another plushie contest, as well as our 3 monthly patterns, finalized patterns. There's so much on there, you guys. So if you are interested in joining our community and joining in on the land turtle spooky dress up mod test, then the link is in the description below. Also, I know I took a little bit of a break last week. You may have noticed that there wasn't a video last week. I just needed a little bit of a break, but in between that time, this pattern also released on my Etsy, my biggest pattern yet. It's the 20-in-1 jumbo land turtle dress up pattern. It's basically the Larry the land turtle pattern, but in dress up form. So if you're looking for a larger version of the pattern, then be sure to check that out. As you can see here, this is kind of the size comparison between the two. But yes, this week we are doing a turtle challenge video. It's been a hot minute since I've done my last challenge video. I'm usually not very good at them because I don't know, usually like my hands get tired or I have other stuff going on and I'm not able to crochet as many things for the challenge videos as I would like to. But at the end of this video, you guys will see that we may or may not have a little army of spooky little Larrys running around. With August finally here, we are starting to kick off some of our more holiday themed patterns. So I have my spooky cup right here, and without further ado, you guys, let's get into today's video. All right, you guys, let's get started with our little turtle challenge video. So I wanted to start by kind of working on my newest bundle, which is the Halloween land turtle dress up mod pack, because right now I'm actually working on getting all of the pattern photos and everything finalized and edited into that so the pattern can be tested. So I'm going to be working on that today. The first one that I have completed is the adorable mummy variation. You guys, I love this one so much. It's actually really simple to do. You just make the little wrapping to go around him, and then however you want to style it, it's totally up to you. I actually personally love to like tuck it into the shell to secure it, and then I just wrap it all the way around. I feel like the more hectic the better, but I just think he looks so cute in his little mummy outfit. So this is the first one that I've completed, so I can cross this off the list. There are 12 different variations, so basically my plan today is to focus on this, and every time I make a new one, I'm going to show you guys that variation, so then we can cross that one off of our list as well. Since today I'm focusing mostly on the shells, I think tomorrow I'll really focus on making more of the turtles. I definitely want to make some more of these. I want to make a zombie turtle because I feel like that could be really cute. So the next variation that I'm going to make is the witch slash wizard one. And this one is also super fun because it's basically like a cloak that goes around his neck instead of a shell. So I'm really excited to make this one. You guys, I'm screaming, look at how cute he is. Oh my gosh, this might be one of my favorites so far. He looks like a little wizard. He's just the cutest. So this is actually very similar to the little costume that I made for last year's Halloween pattern, the Spooky Pup dress up pattern. It actually works surprisingly very well on the land turtle dress up. So on this one, I'm gonna take the little hat off because of course that's removable. But in lieu of a shell, you can see there's not a shell on there. The little cape actually ties around his neck and basically acts like a shell. And then I also embroidered these cute little stars on here. I just thought it added like another nice touch. And then once you add the hat on there, I mean, I'm just like freaking out. It's so cute. I think something about just the hat, the cloak with the stars, and then the little tie right there just perfectly ties everything together. Oh, get it? Ties everything together. So we can officially cross our next costume off of the list. I definitely need to make like a purple turtle or something like that, especially tomorrow when we focus on turtles as we do our little turtle mania video here. I feel like a lavender colored turtle would look really good with the eggplant. Eggplant is this darker purple shade by Premier. It's Parfait Chunky. So now we have officially completed 2 out of 12 of the costumes. Now we are going to move on to the bat variation. So for the bat variation, we are going to do 2 wings that are then going to sit on top of the turtle shell, and it's basically going to look like the turtle has bat wings growing out of it, and they also like flap in the wind by themselves. I'm very, very excited. So I'm gonna go ahead and make that, and then I will share it with you guys. And here is the adorable bat. I love this one because, like I said, when you go like that, the wings are obviously, I don't know, they're movable. So it almost looks like he's flying away with his little bat wings. But my other favorite part of this is the detail on here, like the little embroidered bits and the little pointed edges on the bottom. I was really excited when I designed this, and I was like, oh my gosh, yes, that definitely looks like a bat. I feel like bat wings are kind of tricky. I just didn't want it to look like a bird, so I am very excited. I do think this is giving bat vibes, which is perfect. I also love how it looks this way, so it kind of looks like he's just flying towards you. So we now have 3 out of our 12 shells complete. So the next one that we are going to move on to is the brain turtle, or I guess the brain shell. The brain shell actually took me a while to figure out how I wanted to do it. I tried a lot of different techniques, but in the end, the one that I think looked the best was the one that was the most chaotic. So I'm gonna go ahead and make that, and then I will show you guys what I mean. We have finished the brain modification. It took me very long to figure out how I wanted to do this. I was trying to be too, like, what's the word? I guess organized about it. So at first I tried to do kind of like a circular pattern, kind of like the rose shell, and that really didn't work. Then I tried to do details in lines, and that didn't work either. And the thing that I loved the most was just going in a random swirling motion. So that is what it ended up looking like. And honestly, I think that this is the best variation that I've done because it is random. So I guess when you look at a brain, it looks kind of random with all those swirly things. So I guess that's really why I like this one the most, is there's really no rhyme or reason to it. I am of course going to film another video for this pattern, just like I usually like to do for all of my patterns. And I'm going to put how I did this in the video just because it is kind of random and I just wanted that additional visual assistance in there just so everybody can really see how I achieved this. But you guys, how awesome is that? I love it so much. And picture, because remember I said we definitely need to do this, picture a zombie turtle with the brain. I feel like that would be really cute, and there's a few others that I feel like it would be really cute with as well. So let's move on to doing our next shells. I am excited to make the rest of the shells today and get more into that, but I'm also really excited to make a lot more turtles tomorrow and really challenge myself to see how many turtles we can make in just a day or so. So the next ones that we are going to work on is the candy corn modification and the cauldron modifications. Everyone has been asking pretty much ever since the land turtle dress up pattern came out for more shell mods, so I'm excited to start designing a bunch of those. And I knew when I wanted to do like a Halloween inspired pack that I absolutely had to do a cauldron and a candy corn. Like those were at the top of my list, so I'm going to get to work on those now. And here we have the little, oh my gosh, there's a hummingbird outside. Oh my gosh. I didn't think that hummingbirds like ate from hydrangeas, but right now there's a hummingbird eating out of the hydrangea. You guys remember a few weeks ago when I was telling you about the snake that was in the hydrangea? Well, no more sightings, knock on wood, of that fella, but that doesn't mean he's not still in there. But anyway, here is the cauldron. I love this, you guys. I especially love the handles because you can actually hold the handles like that and like walk your little turtle around like he's a cauldron. Completely no-sew. Oh, I forgot to mention that. So all of these shells are going to be completely no-sew except for the bat wings. Just sewing those bat wings onto the shell are the only sewing involved in this pattern because of course the turtle's body is completely no-sew as well. So that is something that I'm very proud about with all of these shells. But just look at that little bubbly detailing in the cauldron, that liquid that is in there. I was planning on making another turtle in like a different green color so that then it wouldn't be so matchy-matchy with the body color color, but I knew that the lime green, so this is Parfait Chunky in the shade Key Lime. I knew that this shade was the perfect shade for like the contents of the cauldron. I also think I want to make another cauldron in like dark gray yarn because I feel like that would look really good too. But now you guys, I have also finished the candy corn mod, so let me show that to you. I went back and forth with this one. I wasn't sure if I wanted the candy corn to like sit on top of the shell or if I wanted the entire shell to be a candy corn. And clearly, as you can see, I decided on making the entire shell literally a candy corn. I just think it's more fun that way. I don't know. There's something hilarious to me about a turtle having a candy corn that's just the entire shell. But this is what it looks like. I love the size of it, and also, I don't know, I think it's just very cutesy, and I like the colors that it adds to the pattern bundle, if that makes sense. Like when you see a picture of them all together, I don't know, I just really like the colors that are included in this one. Super cute, adorable, love it. The only thing with this one is you kind of need to like push it out from the inside before you put it on, just to make sure that, you know, it kind of like has that triangular shape, because of course, because all of the shells are removable, there's not any stuffing in here. But I love it that way because then you can mix and match all of the different shells, and that's what it looks like on the inside. You know what else it kind of reminds me of? This is such a random like reference, but if you guys remember the movie Cars where they're in the hotel thing, but the hotels are like traffic cones, I don't know what this reminds me of. I don't know. So we're making pretty good progress, I would say. We have done 6 out of the 12 shells so far. Now we are going to move on. We're going to do 2 more. We are going to do the eyeball and the ghosty. So for the eyeball, I'm planning just doing some like color changes, and that should be pretty straightforward. And for the ghosty, since this worked out so well, I'm planning on making the entire shell a ghost, and it's probably going to be pretty big. So we will see how it turns out. Ooh, spooky. So for this one, the entire shell is the ghosty, and it's so funny to me. I don't know why. I think it's hilarious how like the arms are on either side. It just kind of looks like he's hugging the back of the turtle's head. But for this one, as you can see, I mean, it's like pretty massive. I wanted this one to be kind of huge and just like, I don't know, consume the turtle's entire body. But that is what it looks like on the bottom. We've got that characteristic frilly detail on the bottom there as well. And then I thought it'd be super cute to add, of course, the eyes and then the blush detailing as well. But that is what he looks like, you guys, with his little ghosty costume. And then of course the other one that we did was the eyeball. This is another one where as soon as I knew that I wanted to do a Halloween mod pack, I knew I wanted to do an eyeball, and I looked up what a cartoon eye looked like, and that was pretty much the inspiration behind this whole thing. So there you go, you guys. There is the giant eyeball for the shell. It's a little bit off-putting, I have to say. I mean, just it being a giant eyeball is a little odd, but it's definitely giving Halloween. Like, it definitely fits the entire aesthetic of the pack. I think my favorite part is probably the vein detailing that I embroidered on the side, just to give it a little bit more of a creepy look. And that is that, you guys. Our ghosty and our little eyeball shell are completely done. So with that, we have done 8 out of 12 of them. So we are making really, really good progress. The next ones that we are going to do are the pumpkin shell, and then we're also going to do the spider shell, which I cannot wait to share with you guys. It is perhaps one of my favorite modifications out of all 12 in this pack. I've actually already made one using black yarn. I'll show that to you in a minute, but now this time I'm thinking I might use purple just to give a little bit of variety, but also so that in the pattern photos you can see kind of the details of the yarn a little bit easier, because sometimes it's a little bit difficult to see kind of those little details with darker yarn. So I don't know, I might either use lavender or I might use the eggplant yarn. What do you guys think between the two? Honestly, I feel like I should use the darker one since we already made the bat shell using the lighter one. So I'll go ahead and make a spider using this guy. This is my first spider ever, so it's a little creepy crawly. Honestly, I should probably make a snake mod too, but that won't fit into this one. That'll be really funny though, very topical when I do decide to do that. And here we have it, you guys. It's the
spider.
This is probably the most detailed modification out of the whole pack, I would say. I just love how the legs are crocheted into the body. Or I guess I should say how they're crocheted into the shell, because this one is fully removable. And I just love the detailing on there. So I did multiple eyes. I did the white embroidered detail on the side of them so they really pop more. And then we also have those two bobble stitches to make the mouth detail. And you guys, I'm just kind of obsessed with it. It's completely no-sew, and it really reminds me of, if you guys have ever seen those dog costumes where it's basically a spider costume and they run around and they've got the legs coming off the side. That is basically what this reminds me of. Just a little turtle running around and it looks like a spider on the top. I also really like, so for the legs, I did like a little bit of a decrease thing. I don't know, but basically it created this little bend in the leg that made it look even more like a spider crawling around. So I made this one, and then I started to make the purple one too. So this is what it looks like in the purple color. I just am going to have to finish that one. And this reminds me, so the other day my husband and I went and saw the new Spider-Man movie. He really wanted to go see it, and at the time I was working on the cauldron modification, and there was an aspect of the cauldron modification that I couldn't quite figure out. It had to do with like the partial rounds and making the extra round for the ridge of it, and then all of the bobble stitches, and I just couldn't really think of a solution to the problem that I was having. So I set it aside and we went and saw the movie, and while we were watching the Spider-Man movie, the solution to the problem actually popped into my head, and I was like, oh my gosh, I should just do that. It was a structural thing, if that makes sense. So if you're ever pattern designing, or I mean honestly ever doing anything, and you just can't think of a solution, take a break, because sometimes taking that little break will give you the clarity that you need to just kind of think of the solution. In my case, it just popped into my head, which I was really excited about. And then the other modification that I just finished was the pumpkin modification. This one also completely no-sew. This is kind of like a very cutesy shell variation, I would say, whereas the others are a little spooky, like the spider, the eyeball. Those are kind of spooky. This one is really straightforward. It's just like the classic pumpkin modification. I did do it first, and I only had the stem and then of course the orange bit, and I was like, you know what, I really want like an extra detail included in this, so that's when I decided to include the little vine on the back there, and I think that that was the perfect addition to it. Originally I was thinking I would do like embroidered details for the pumpkin, but because this is a hollow shell, it didn't quite look right, so I opted to do the little vine on the back. I am currently attempting to grow my own pumpkins this year, and happy to report at the time I'm filming this video, all 6 of my seedlings have officially germinated, so that's good. I don't know how many pumpkins we'll actually get, but I will keep you guys posted. And finally, with that, you guys, that is 10 out of 12. So we only have 2 more modifications to do, and that is the spider web modification and the zombie modification. The spider web modification, I'm very excited to share it with you guys. I had to drop the idea and come back to it probably like 3 times in order to figure out how I was going to do it. There were several points there where I was like, maybe I just won't be able to include this modification at all, but I figured out a way to do it, and that way is completely no-sew as well, which I'm very excited about. But it's very unlike anything that I've seen, and I'm just excited with the way that it worked out. So we have that one, and then we also have the zombie modification. So for the rest of the evening, I'm going to work on finishing those 2, creating the photos for them to include in the pattern, and then finalizing the whole pattern. So that way tomorrow, when I check back in with you guys and I share all of my progress with everything and all of the turtles and the turtle shells that we have, then at that point we can officially move on to just focusing on making all of the turtles themselves. And I'm very excited to see how many turtles we can get done tomorrow, and just we'll have a whole, hopefully entire little turtle army. So I will check back in with you guys tomorrow. Oh, you guys, I'm so excited. I have officially finished all 12 of the different shell mods. The pattern is fully finished, edited, formatted. It is to my Patreon friends for testing. So all of that is done. So now I can focus the rest of the day on making some turtles for all of the shells that I have created. But I wanted to show you guys those last 2 shells. So this one definitely gave me a run for my money, but I would say that it's one of my favorites, mostly because I have never really seen anything like this before in the way that it's constructed. So I made a spider web shell, and actually it kind of is a little bit 3D, I guess you could say. So the actual web portion of the shell is crocheted directly into the shell and it like overlays on top of it. Completely no-sew, super fun, and it took me a while to figure out how to do this, so I'm really excited with how it turned out. I just love it. Just to give you an idea, this was like the initial prototype. It wasn't as good. It was like all embroidering and took a lot longer to do. I probably frogged this like 5 different times, and there were some parts where I was like, I really don't know if this is going to be included in the pattern because it just wasn't working out, but it finally did work out and I'm very excited. So yes, there is the spider web one, and because it is crocheted directly into the body and it just overlays, when you turn the shell inside out, the web actually like hangs down like that. So I thought that was kind of fun. But the last one that I wanted to do, I knew I wanted to do a zombie one, and I know we've talked about making like an actual zombie turtle, but I knew I wanted to make a zombie shell to go along with it. And you know what I really want, you guys? So I can't remember the shade name, but basically Parfait Chunky has, it's like an agave shade. I do have the shade, you might be able to see it down here, but I have it in Burnout Blanket. It's kind of like, I don't know, like a sage green color. And I just feel like that would work really well for a zombie turtle, but I don't have that color in Parfait Chunky. I only have my 3 like mint, key lime, and emerald shades. So I definitely want to make one using that like Burnout Blanket color down there, though it will be a bigger size. So I'm gonna have to make some shells to go along with that one. But I knew that I wanted to make a dedicated zombie shell, and this is how it turned out, you guys. So the fun thing about this one, so when I was originally like thinking of this concept, this here is basically supposed to be like, sorry, this might be a little gross. It's basically supposed to be like the brain protruding out of like different parts of the shell. But when I took the picture and I was looking at it and I was looking at like all of the modifications together, I'll pop the picture here so you guys can see. When I was looking at it, I was like, that kind of looks like a worm on the side. Like it's still a zombie, but it almost looks like a worm, if that makes sense. I don't know. Let me know if you see that as well. So I feel like it's kind of like a dual meaning, I guess. If you want it to be a brain, it could be a brain. If you wanted it to be a little wormy, it could be a worm. But that is crocheted all in on the shell. And then of course I also added the embroidered detail with those red stitches, and I love it so much, you guys. I'm so excited. This one especially adds like the perfect pop of green to everything. So super fun. So let me show you guys all of the shells all together. Look at how fun they are, you guys. I am so excited. This is our very first mod pack for the land turtle dress up pattern, and I could not be more ecstatic that it is almost here. It was so much fun to design all of these different shells. I just love all of the colors all together. I just feel like they all look so neat together. I definitely want to do some more mods in the future. I have a lot of ideas coming up. Let me know in the comments if there are any like specific ideas that you would love to see me do for the shells. But I think we're off to a great start for the Halloween pack. So excited. I think, okay, if I had to pick, let me see. I feel like maybe the wizard, maybe the spider web, and the brain are probably my favorites. Or also, I don't know, maybe the cauldron too. I just love them so much, you guys. Oh my gosh, so many spooky things happening in one corner. So now that that is done, we can officially focus the rest of the day on making some turtles to go along with the shells. So I definitely want to do, like I said, the zombie one. I want to do a purple one, and we'll see what other colors we get into. I'm gonna try to like mix and match some things and see what works. I would also love to make some larger Larry turtles as well for all of the shells that you can see here in the corner. Literally just a stack of shells over there because there are 20 shells in that pack. That is the jumbo Larry the land turtle dress up bundle. Just a lot going on in that one. So we're gonna see what we can get up to today. I think I'm gonna start with the zombie one because that just makes the most sense. But before we get started with that, I wanted to share with you guys this other plushie that I just made. I made a fuzzy weighted hot dog pup, you guys. How cute is it? I have never made a fuzzy weighted hot dog pup before, and I love how it turned out, you guys. So there's weighted pellets all in the body here. We've got that cute little detailing on his face. I just love how the legs like sploot out the front and the back of the bun, and I did surface crochet the toppings onto this one as well. So this is Feels Like Bliss yarn. It's from Alliance brand. I usually get it from Michael's, but it's Alliance brand yarn. That is the yarn that I keep down here in this shelf. And if you've never crocheted with it before, it is very, very slippery. It's kind of tricky to crochet with, but the end product is so much fun. As you can see, it makes everything turn out so fluffy and so adorable. It also makes things turn out slightly smaller. So this is my original hot dog pup pattern, and this is like the larger version of the dog included in that pattern. But as you might be able to tell, it did turn out slightly smaller because of this yarn. The interesting thing is though, I still use a 5mm hook with this yarn. That's the same hook that I use for Parfait Chunky, and it always works really well for me. That's one of the great crochet mysteries to me. I'm like, I don't know how my hook works well on both of them, but hey, I'm not complaining because that just means I get to use my clover hook with this yarn, which is one of my favorites. If you guys saw that video where I tried this out for the first time, I love it so much. I will say though, my old reliable, my little no-name friend, I haven't touched this one since I got the clover, so I do kind of feel bad for this guy. But I made this specifically so every month on my Patreon we do a plushie contest, and basically it always centers around like the community event that we do for the month. And this past month in July we did our summer plushie pageant, so we basically had a category for the plushie of the month. And Courtney, if you were watching, congratulations you guys. Courtney was the winner of this fuzzy weighted hot dog pup. So later on this week I'm going to be shipping that off. I also received, which is very rare, I received a local order for something in general, which is very, very rare. Typically I don't get local orders, but the last time I was in the marketplace, which if you are wondering, yes, I do need to restock the marketplace, but the last time I was in there, I was completely out of business cards, and I was like, huh, that was full before and now it's completely gone. So hopefully they went to like, I don't know, a good purpose, I guess. But I did just get a local custom order. So I'm going to be dropping off one of my little mushrooms, and we're going to be shipping this guy off at the same time. So that'll probably happen in next week's video. We'll pack this guy up together. Next week's video is probably going to be a market prep video because I have my next Palm Street Live not this Saturday, sorry, next Saturday, August 15th at 3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And I do have a lot of stuff already made for it. I just need to make, I don't know, I want to make some like one-off items again. I feel like I haven't done that in a while, so I really want to get back to doing that. So next week's video will likely be a market prep video. But anyway, I have been like yapping right now. I've just been going off on a little tangent. Let me focus back in. Let's start working on all of our turtles. Let's see how many we can get done with the rest of today. Okay, so I have been crocheting several turtles over the last few hours, and can I just share them all with you guys for a second? I love them. So the first one that I did, like I was telling you guys, was the zombie one. So I did do the safety eye on this side, but then on this side I replaced it with the little red stitch mark there. And then I also did a few more stitch marks on the turtle's head, but I thought it would be perfect to pair it with the brain because, you know, zombies and like brains. So I do love the way that this looks. I feel like this is a complete like unit, you know what I mean? Like a complete thought. They pair very well together. And then I thought, okay, we've got to do a purple turtle, right? And I thought that the purple would look super cute with the cauldron. I cannot get over the fact that you can like hold the cauldron by the handle and just like carry your turtle around like this. I think that it is so adorable, and I love the color combo with this. So the purple yarn with the green, I feel like that really just screams Halloween. I think it looks super, super cute. I also want to make a cauldron in dark gray, so hopefully I will get to do that. And then, okay, so finally this last one. So last night I revealed this pattern for the first time to all of my Patreon members via our Patreon Live, and everyone was so excited. It's seriously like one of my favorite parts about pattern designing, especially when something takes me a longer amount of time to design. It's kind of like the longer I spend on a pattern, the more excited I am to reveal it, if that makes sense. So last night, needless to say, I was very, very excited to share it with everybody. I may or may not have dressed up in a hot dog costume to kick off the month of like spooky themed things. And when I showed everybody the ghosty one, Alicia, shout out Alicia, she said that she thought it would be funny if I made a pink turtle and then it looked like the ghost was like chewing gum and like blowing a bubble. So I decided to try it out, and I made the pink turtle and I put it on the ghost, and this is what what it looks like. I have to say, like, if I covered up the turtle's eyes, it kind of does look like he's blowing a bubble. Like, look at that. Like, he got some of that, what's that gum? I think it's like big bubble blowing. I feel like I'm combining several different things right now. I feel like I'm combining Bubba Gump shrimp with like all the thing from SpongeBob, all bubble blowing babies. I don't even know if I'm actually referencing a real, okay, no, I'm thinking about the bubble gum that's in the little thing that looks like a tape measure. You guys know what I'm talking about. Anyway, that was super random, but yes, this is our other turtle that we have made. So as of right now, we have all of these turtles. I don't know, you guys, I know originally I was like, oh, maybe we'll make some of the larger Larrys to go with these shells, but I think we might push that back 1 week into our market prep video, and I think I just want to keep making some more of these turtles. I need to make an orange one, obviously. I feel like that's screams Halloween. And there's some other colors that I should make too. So I think for the rest of the evening, I am just going to focus on making some more of the smaller turtles, and we will see how many I can get done. And in the morning, we will just show all of them all together. We'll see how all of the colors look. And then next week when we when we do the market prep video, then we'll be pretty much set on the turtles. Okay, you guys, it is the next day and I was able to finish 3 more turtles last night. So I thought it'd be super fun to see what the light pink would look like with the purple on the bat mod, and I love it so much. This little Larry's so cute. He looks like he's just gonna start flying around wherever he wants. Seriously though, this actually kind of looks like he's flying a little bit. And then, I don't know, I just thought that mint green would be perfect because it's a turtle. So I ended up doing the little mint green turtle, and this is what it looks like on the spider mod. Also this morning I made the reel to like go along with the pattern and announce it. And I was so excited to share it with everybody for the first time and see everybody's like reaction to it and everything. So that was super fun this morning. And last night I was also able to make a little orange turtle. I felt like I had to make an orange turtle because, you know, like Halloween. And I don't know, something about it in the wizard outfit is just, I don't know, it's just perfection. I love it. So I guess that means for this challenge video in total, I was able to do 6 turtle bodies and then however many shells we did. Let's actually take a look at the whole group all together. So here they all are, you guys, the whole spooky squad. Oh my gosh, they look amazing together. I'm so excited just seeing all of these fun colors all together, all these different turtles. I'm just so pumped for this pattern. So yeah, we were able to do 6 of the turtles. I do have 7 because I already made this turtle over here. And then of course we have all 12 of our different modifications. So fun! I don't know, now I kind of feel like I need to make more turtles so that every shell can have its own turtle. Usually I'm not super great at videos like this just because, I don't know, I feel a lot of pressure whenever I'm doing like a 24-hour challenge or like a 2-day challenge. I always kind of get sidetracked because I have to do other things. And then I never crochet as much stuff as I would like to. Also, I feel like my hands get tired and then I just kind of like abandon the idea altogether. But thankfully for this pattern, I mean, it works up really quickly. It's no-sew, and I don't know, I just felt like very motivated, I guess, to do this little challenge. I think it's just because the pattern is so new. And when I planned this video, I didn't have like a lot of other things going on, so it worked out pretty well. I'm gonna try to be better about doing more challenge videos in the future, so fingers crossed with that. But anyway, you guys, that wraps it up for today's video. Thank you guys so much for watching and for coming along for this little spooky turtle challenge video. Remember, at the time you guys are watching this video, my level 2 through 4 Patreon members are currently exclusively testing this pattern and have early access to it. So if you would like to join the fun and join my Patreon, the link is in the description below. I have a Palm Street Live coming up, so I'm thinking in next week's video we will do a lot more market prep. I would love to have a lot more dress up patterns at this market, as well as some one-off items too, and some more Feels Like Bliss fuzzy weighted items as well. As always, if you guys were crocheting while watching this video, let all of us know what you were making in the comments, and I hope you guys have a great rest of your week, and I'll see you in next week's video. Bye!